It was a cold Tuesday morning in March, and I had woken up late for work. My alarm clock had failed to ring. Now, I've had this clock for a while, and like me, the clock is cheap, loud, and made in Asia. But it's also very reliable. So when it suddenly stopped working, I knew it had to be a sign. I was living in New York City, and on the outside, things were going great. A finance job on Wall Street, a nice circle of friends, a big, expensive mortgage. But inside, I was miserable. I worked crazy long hours, hardly ever saw my friends, and the thrill I once felt going to work was now dead. Yet I kept telling myself things would get better until that morning I woke up late. Sitting on the side of my bed, I took a hard look at my life. The past 5 years in the Big Apple, I had done well. Yet I realized too that the city had changed me, that I had grown less carefree, more stressed out, and ever more obsessed with life's petty minutiae. I thought about Greg, my boss. Greg had it all. Weekend house in the Hamptons, 40-foot yacht, beautiful wife and kids. I wanted those things too. But in truth, Greg seldom got to enjoy them because he was always working. Holidays, on vacation, even on the toilet. Was this the life I had to look forward to? And I thought about that crazy dream I had, the one I hatched during the recession when they were laying people off. I promised myself, if ever I was let go, I would travel the world from Machu Picchu to the Serengeti, all the wild and wonderful places I've always dreamt about going. But sadly, I was too damn good at my job. Then suddenly it hit me. Hey, do I actually have to wait until I get laid off? Inside my blurry morning head, it all started to come together. I was healthy, financially stable. I had no family to support, no long-term relationships to maintain. If ever I was going to do this, now was the time. And at that moment, I realized I was standing at a crossroads in life. I could keep my dream of traveling the world, exactly that, a dream, and nothing more. And my life would continue as it always has, safe, predictable, uninspired. Or I could be brave and dive in, not knowing where that road would take me. I felt that this was a moment that would define the person I'd become. Whether I'd be one of those people who later in life rue wistfully about missed opportunities, lost dreams, or I could be a dreamer, an adventurer. I could even be a dirty backpacker. The next morning, with heart in my mouth, I gave notice to Greg and set in motion my world travels. I have never felt more alive. The next 2 years, I backpacked from Cairo to Cape Town, Lhasa to Lima. An amazing journey where I met wonderful people, saw stunning sights, and had many, many grand adventures. It's been 20 years, and I've come full circle back to working in finance. I no longer work crazy long hours, And I've rediscovered the thrill of going to work most days. Today, I have it all. A beautiful wife and kids, but no yacht or house in the Hamptons. And I guess I'll never know how things would have turned out had I stayed in New York. But I thank my lucky stars for that alarm clock that failed to ring. Thank you.